Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Darren with Gen X Paranormal Investigations. Thanks for joining us for this new video from our latest investigations that we got. The one we're going to be showing you now is from the cemetery in Galveston. We were in Galveston doing another investigation, and the lady that set that up for us, she runs Spooky Galveston, which is she does ghost tours. So one of the places we were investigating was the Carriage House Rentals. And we're still working on getting that one all edited together, and we'll get that hopefully pretty soon and get that posted here on YouTube also. I'll put the link to her website, so if you're in Galveston and want to do one of these ghost tours, check her out and go from there. So, but main reason we wanted to check out this cemetery while we were there, she was describing some things that happened to her and one of her employees. One of her employees was giving the tour through the cemetery. They got to one of the family plots, and several people on the tour were running the spirit boxes on their phones. Well, 2 or 3 of them all at the same time said, "You need to leave," which we found very intriguing because we've tried to run multiple spirit boxes at the same time on other investigations and never had the same thing come through on 2 of them, even though they were sitting side by side. So we thought that was very intriguing. Then she also told us a couple weeks later she was giving the tour, got to the same family plot, and the people on the tour had their spirit boxes running, and it says, "You need to end tour now," which was a very interesting description of what they were doing. So we had to go in to check out. I just had my camera walking through, so a lot of what you're going to see is just some of what she would do on her tour. So she gave us some of the history of some of the famous spots in the cemetery, and then eventually we get to that particular family plot, and we ended up stopping there and doing some spirit boxes of our own at that spot, sorry. Most of that's going to be just some of the audio from the spirit box going because my battery had died at that particular time. Also, we're going to have some pictures that some of the guys took and some other pictures that I had come up. I'll come in a few minutes and describe those. So take a look, take a watch, and see what you think.
Here is just a monument.
No, they're buried right here.
Oh, okay.
But they have this lovely monument.
Let's turn on the app and see what happens.
Watch it be like, "Get out now."
Get out now. It's like,
Well, the gate's right there, but
the gate's right there. You got your camera on?
Yeah.
Okay, where's Aaron and all them?
Are we good to do that? Because I don't really want to leave anybody behind.
Yeah, we'll wait.
It looks like they're right there.
I'll go back over there.
Excellent night for this.
Yeah.
So still, you feel like you might die. It's horrible. So it's actually really good.
Well, that's usually a good thing about the evening. Most evenings you get something.
He was trying to sell us some weed.
Oh.
So
Galveston.
What? Oh.
Weed.
Oh.
Well,
He
you
was a
know,
nice guy.
Galveston. That's Galveston.
Yeah, she wanted us to show us this monument.
Yeah, this is where JC and Nellie Bawley are buried. These are the people who kept their mansion. Yep, they're both buried. Those are their headstones right there. This is their monument for her family.
That is amazing. Cool. You imagine if we could have something like that?
I mean, the
Told me to take a photo when I did.
grandiose nature of things, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. Man, I love.
Me and Darren are going to be buried in every single cemetery across the nation.
What?
They have, and for most cemeteries across the United States, they have one monument that's made for veterans.
Oh. Where are the other two?
Right there in the cross.
Oh, were they coming in? Oh, here they go. I heard a door.
Yes, with all the Mardi Gras beads. She was actually killed by her ex-husband during Mardi Gras here in Galveston. He stepped out from the marchers and he shot her.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Was there, I'm sure,
It was
adultery thing?
it was an abusive situation. She divorced him. She moved here. His daughters moved with her to the island. And, yeah, they didn't want anything to do with their dad. So they wind up opening a restaurant. They're doing really well. The Mardi Gras is happening. They invited their friends and family to come join them. He figured out where they were and he stepped out from the marchers and shot her. Well, her headstone was one of the fortunate that winds up getting raised during the grade raising, and they wind up, because the cemetery is actually 3 people deep.
God,
Yeah.
dude.
So the first layer they washed out, they put them back, they fill in on top, and if you couldn't afford to raise your monument or your mausoleum, they would just fill in over the top of it, and then they would bury more people. And then they realized that the ground was still too low, so they were able to fill it in with basically another 6 feet. And so what you're looking at here now, her monument's here, but she's actually way deep. And there are people who are buried on the tops here, and they're about 4 feet down. That's it. Yeah.
And she's what, probably 10, 12 feet down?
Probably more than that, because you had the first layer, and then
She's on
they
the very
added
bottom
6
layer?
feet. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So she's probably about 18, 20 feet.
Yeah. Give or take.
So there's a whole bunch of people that don't have headstones.
There's a ton of people that are buried here, and the bad part is we don't have a layout for what the first or second layers of the cemetery look like. So we have no idea where they're buried.
So basically, this cemetery.
You're walking on people no matter where you
As
go.
far as body count goes, is probably triple what you
couldn't
see.
even know.
Yes,
You
100%. Now here's the crazy part. That goes across the board for all 7 cemeteries in this complex.
Dang.
So when you think thousands of people are buried here, add more to that.
You got to watch out.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Mine's not saying that. I know that. I told me to take a picture a little while ago, but that's it. Well, and I mean, some of these are 1800s.
Watch
Oh, I don't.
Take a picture.
Okay, we'll go with
That'll
that.
be cool. Here, I'll take a picture of both of y'all. That way it's like a lover.
Yeah, it's like a couple thing. I'm not lonely. It's like a ghost.
Because I mean, some of these are 1800s.
Yes.
So how old is this cemetery?
The cemetery dates back to the early beginnings of Galveston. All of them of the complex do. So Galveston gets founded in 1836 and is incorporated in 1839, and the cemeteries get started around 1843-ish. But before that, they thought it was a good idea to bury people in the sand dunes.
Yeah, see, because that's 1919. But okay.
There's a thing that I heard that some cemeteries, after a certain while, they'll remove bodies from graves to make room for more people.
That is 100% true. That happens at Lakeview Cemetery.
So after 15 years,
1875 there.
dig you up and throw you away?
Sometimes less time than that.
If your site is leased and not owned, they can, once your lease is up, they just basically pull you up and get rid of you. That's so disrespectful.
If you stay in a place where it's a non-perpetual care cemetery, these are in perpetuity. This is the perpetual care. But if you're in a non-perpetual care cemetery,
That's disrespectful.
Broken
unfortunate. Yeah, you see that a lot in the
Yeah.
older one.
So Lizzie Alberti was a woman who was really going through it in her life. She winds up losing 2 children, giving birth in between the loss of the other 2, and then she winds up losing a beloved sister as well. She's going through what they call the blues. She gets sent to live with her parents. She's with them for a while. Her spirits seem to improve, and so they send her back home where she's still not doing well and decides to give her children morphine and wine and end their lives. Now, not all of her children died this way, but most of them did. And then what winds up happening is she winds up being sent to an insane asylum in San Antonio. Now, while she's there, she's across the street from an elementary school. She has to hear children playing the whole time.
Yeah, what?
Now, from there, what winds up happening is she gets given back to her husband. They come back to Galveston. She is not accepted back into society. She kills herself the same way she killed her children. She's one of the only murderers in the United States that's buried with their victims.
So wait, all these are her children?
If you look here, the ones that died in 1894.
Oh wow. So 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yep. Hi.
That's crazy.
Who is that? That's the lady who killed our kids.
Yeah, that's Lizzie Alberti.
We was looking for her. We was looking for her, babe.
Oh, okay.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Y'all,
how you doing?
I guess we all on this late night tour. Huh?
Heck yeah.
All right.
We was looking for her grave. Thank you. You're welcome.
Whisper.
Yeah. The grave we was looking for is here.
It said to
You ain't show us
All
then.
these crabs on every grave.
No, you ain't show us.
Did it say angry?
Yeah.
After she wasn't
Yeah.
whispering. That's crazy.
Hey, Willis.
What you talk about, Will?
What other spooky story? Is another one over here? Huh?
I-
Is it another spooky story for somebody?
I don't know.
I don't know yet.
Have a good night.
The little thing said whisper. The box back there.
Yeah.
She wasn't whispering. She was yelling for them. And then it said angry.
Oh.
I went, oh my.
Anybody see a Wyatt?
No, why?
I got the name Wyatt.
Well, you didn't hear what his disc did a second ago.
What did you do?
It said whisper.
Uh-huh.
And then she was yelling for them, hey, we found it over here, blah, blah, blah. And then it came up angry.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got watched, and I'm like,
So this is the Union
Whoop, sorry.
sorry.
monument for the Civil War. And then over here,
Yeah, they're actually little crabs.
Oh, I'm looking at a bunch of crabs right there.
It said, this is the Union for the Civil War monument.
It said pain. That would make sense. Civil War was.
What's that?
yep, so this is the Confederacy's monument, and that one over there is the Union monument. Now, this one's granite. It's very elaborate, very ornate. And you saw what they did for the Union. Now, you guys come with me this way, and we will walk over to the Union.
When we got to the Confederate one, I got pain. I was like, yep, that'll do it. War does that.
I like the one with the what looks like the Avengers logo.
Oh God.
What the heck did he
He's still talking about the Avengers.
that's what I thought.
This is cursed land. I used to live here.
Ooh. That's intriguing. There's a kitty cat.
They were once believed to be guardians.
Kitty cat.
So,
Somebody's bed.
yeah, that's pretty disturbing.
This is where it told us to end tour now.
Oh, really?
Yes, this is where we were standing. It's also where it told Pam's group to leave.
Well, let's see what we can get.
Watch out, they got a Robert right there.
It's dangerous.
Well, and you know what's sad?
Oh, it's dangerous.
Let's see what we can get. This is the monument that a bunch of people got leave now.
And end tour now. This is where that happened.
I was a witch.
Oh!
Holy dude!
I was a witch.
I got the exact same thing.
At the exact
Same
same
time.
Jinxie, you'll make a Dr. Pepper.
What? Oh, but what? Do you not like Coke?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, let's just ignore the whole cool paranormal thing and talk about Dr. Pepper.
But yeah, no. Was there
It is
any?
Texas.
Is there any knowledge of one of the Seeleys being a witch?
Well, kind of, because they're really predominant in the medical field.
That's fair. That's fair.
So like John Seeley Hospital, Jenny Seeley Hospital,
Okay. All right.
all the medical insignia after the 1900 storm, they were really integral in taking care of the victims.
Blind.
So they handled a lot of the business.
What did that one say?
Mine said pay attention.
Mine said blind.
Tell you what, whoever Seeley was, the boy has some money.
Well, yeah. You know the Hutchings Seeley building on the Strand? That's this family.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll
The
explain.
medical industry in Galveston, that's them. They brought the University of Texas medical branch to Galveston. So they were wealthy. Now Magnolia Seeley, who was buried right over here, Magnolia Willis, she winds up marrying her husband over here, George, who was 20 years older than her. He was one of her father's business associates. And she told him that if he would build her the finest mansion in Galveston, then she would give him a second son. So I don't know. We can't necessarily say that story is 100%, but here's what we do know.
Making those noises.
She wound up being sent to New York City to hire an architect to build the house she wanted. And she gave him not one but two sons after that. And their house, Open Gates, was considered to be the finest mansion in all of Galveston. When Clara Barton from the Red Cross comes to Galveston, she stayed with them
What's
after the
that?
storm. And
Walk back.
And then she also had the grand privilege of being one of the women who was in the WHPA, which made a huge difference in Galveston. And she's also the reason why Galveston's known as the Oleander City. She planted and had oleanders planted everywhere across the island.
We should do a quick section here.
Session
We are getting some stuff.
All right, let's go on.
no, we can always
Do
walk
what you
back.
guys need to do.
We
I'm
can
happy
walk
to just...
back, but we do need to come back.
Okay.
Now, when I tell you that we filled in around the monuments, this is what I'm talking about. This is not sunk in the ground. They just had to fill in around it to level it out to where everything was the same height.
Hospital.
Hospital?
Seeley
With
Hospital.
The
dang.
Seeley Hospital.
I mean, look at this little epitaph that they have for this gentleman.
His charming temper.
Holy Spirit.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Uh,
And it says
There's
right
a
there,
generous
spirit.
generous spirit.
I
yeah.
was reading that right as that came through too.
Generous spirit, delightful hospitality endeared him to his friends and his, I can't read that word there, patriotic zeal, looks like, to the
Oh, that's better.
people of
put
the
that back.
state.
Help us.
Help
Protect.
you. Protect. Help you what?
Something
Can
about his
describe
worth,
his worth
and the
and
loss.
Of his
To
widow
his
and
widow
son.
and son.
Yeah.
Can describe his worth. Well, you don't have to be.
Ancient time.
You're also very gay.
Bruh.
You're kind of giving me an 8-5 right now, bro. Say that.
It's odd if that's a black obelisk or darker colored one there.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Doing all right.
I need more energy.
You and me both.
Rightfully so, right?
Don't go down there.
Oh, don't go down there.
I was gonna say something, but it'd probably be very rude.
Okay, the guy I wanted was actually over that way, but we'll be back.
Oh, you got this place memorized.
I'm sure she does this tour a lot.
The children play.
I do give this tour a lot. So this is Edward Lee. He died during the Civil War. His father was on the Confederate side. He was a Union soldier, and he was on the Harriet Lane. His father was asked if he could save his son's life. He said he was told yes. He goes to the Harriet Lane to grab him, to save him, to put him in the brig so he can survive the war. And just as he aboards the ship, Edward Lee was shot. He was fatally wounded. He goes to be by his son, and his son seems to be at peace. He runs to go get the doctor to try to get somebody to save Edward Lee's life.
It's me, I'm here.
Hi, Edward. And then what winds up happening is the doctor isn't able to save him, but in his last moments, his father was nowhere near him because he went to get the doctor, and his friends and family, like the people that were around him on the ship, they were trying to comfort him, and they asked him, is there anything that we can do for you? And he says, no, my father has come. Those were his last words. And then he dies, and he gets buried here. Now, he was Union, so they gave the family the option of taking him home to bury him back where he was from, but his father said that he would have wanted to lay where he had fallen, and so he got to stay here.
That's pretty cool.
Probably Aaron.
Have any of you guys ever been to Hitchcock, Texas?
I try to stay out of his car.
You try to stay what?
Out of his car.
Well, the man that Hitchcock voiced after is buried here.
Really?
What did that one just say, Mikey?
That's his voice.
So this is the monument for the man that Hitchcock is named after. So, a war hero to be sure, also a sailor. And if you guys are familiar with Moody Mansion, Narcissa Willis is the woman who signed off on the dotted line to get the house built. And she's buried right here, the tallest obelisk in the cemetery. She
Wow.
wanted to have the house built, but her husband said no. So when he died, she had the house built. And there was a
Her
man.
husband said no. I was like, well, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Well, when he died, she had the house built. And so she winds up getting the tallest obelisk. It makes perfect sense that her name is Narcissa.
How you doing today?
All right, bud.
Narcissist.
Narcissa Willis is right there. And her daughter thought she was going to be rich because the bids came in on their house for $250,000.
Yeah.
And then the 1900 storm happens, and everyone pulls their bids out, except for Mr. Moody, who says he'll give her $20,000, as is where is all the contents, and that's how the Moody's wind up with the house.
Got him for a steal.
Well, that's good. Don't lie to me. We don't want you lying.
We will never lie. But yes, and then we have
trust us.
Oh.
and then we have Mr. Hitchcock here.
Is it Alfred?
No,
As in the city.
as in the city.
I know.
Of
Oh,
Hitchcock.
I didn't know if you heard. I didn't know if you had caught up or not.
Oh, I didn't hear all of it. But
No, she was saying that's the guy that founded the city. That's who was buried there. That it was named after.
There's a really interesting story that I'm going to share with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with any kind of ghost story at all. But my ex-husband, he hated Galveston, like more than he ever hated anywhere ever. He was from Los Angeles, and so beaches and all that, you know. Well, one time when we were first dating, this is 20 plus years ago, I brought him down here and we're wandering around the cemetery, and he was really amused by the name Fock.
well, and it doesn't help that it right here. It's actually spelled the way you're making it. Kind of.
Oh, it's covered up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Now here's the thing. He told me
We're talking.
he told me that he wanted to have a picture taken with this particular monument. And I said, okay, fine. And I took the picture. Here's the interesting part of the story. The monument was actually in the cemetery across the street.
What?
It wasn't here.
Oh, wow.
And I have the picture still at home. And I can tell you by the other monuments that are around that it is over there. But it's not. It is right here.
So we're talking like a Mandela effect type of thing, or?
Sort of, except for in the photograph, you can see the other headstones around it, and they are over there.
So have you gone back over there and like there's someone else here? Or
But so
I
like that
have-
house isn't in the
I
background
have-
of the picture. Enough.
No, it is Broadway that is in the back section of the picture.
That is really creepy. Is there more than one?
It's just the one picture.
welcome.
Oh,
is
thank
there
you.
another like?
Is there another fox buried?
Not over there, there's not.
So what's
I
in
have
that?
combed the cemeteries looking,
Yeah.
and no. Oh, another
not a real
fun thing too is that sometimes in the cemetery you'll see Mason insignia on the different headstones.
Oh yeah.
What's your name?
The women had something called the Order of the Eastern Star, and theirs kind of looks like a pentagram, but it's not. But a lot of people will mistakenly say there are witches buried in the cemetery because of that, but there's not.
I'm sure, judging by how many people are here, there's at least one witch in here somewhere.
I mean, well, currently among the living, yes.
Well, hopefully.
Among the living, yes.
The rest of all you things we're not allowed to sit here. No, I'm. Yeah, I'm not convinced. Yeah, no, I'm not. You're not allowed to use what your wife calls you. No, yes, we are recording. Not really. We're listening.
I'm recording. So I don't know what it'll capture with the wind or whatever. Whoa. Yeah, watch your step. So I'm assuming this cemetery is one that's open all the time.
This is the monument for George Childress, as you can see here. It's a massive, massive stone. Now, George Childress, one of the co-authors of the Texas Declaration of Independence, also part of the reason why we have a lone star on the Texas flag, kills himself by stabbing his own self with a Bowie knife in the stomach.
Wow, seppuku.
Yeah, a little
basically
bit.
committed seppuku.
Very, very dramatic, yes. And he dies. They bury him in the cemetery. And then it takes a long time for his monument to arrive. And they put his monument in this cemetery. But he's actually buried at a Dew Park in the East End. they decided not to turn that into a cemetery after all.
Oh, so he's
So
just
he's not
hanging out
here.
in the park over
So
there?
He's in the park over there, but his monument is right here.
Is there anything marking that he's over there?
Nope, not a thing.
So he's lost to history, basically.
And
in
the-
this
Taking my time.
yeah, that's
And the fact that we get to tell his story.
Yeah.
Now over here we have the Browns, and you know the Browns from Ashton Villa. And this is where they're buried. And of course, Betty Brown is the whole reason why ghost stories become a thing in Galveston at all, because Dash Beardsley saw her apparition in the window of the mansion. And that's what got him interested in telling the stories of the ghosts.
really.
Yes. And he did paranormal investigations at the house where she lived, and the house just bursted with energy when you played ballroom music from her time period. It was just kind of one of the wild things. Now, her apparition has been seen charging in a carriage down Broadway by horse and buggy. Seems that she was very good at winning races, and oftentimes would do that after hours here in town.
Huh.
So,
Illegal horse race, street horse
illegal
race.
horse racing.
How do we work it?
By legal horse races. That's how we work it.
That's how you work it.
And so that's a little bit of what we've got here. Those are the most well-renowned or well-known people. So if you guys want to walk around now, you've seen all of like the,
Come here.
I don't know where that is.
I'm sick. It's not just me here.
I was sick. Sure, lots of people here were.
Well, Yellow Fever Yard was actually across the street.
I'm assuming yellow fever had a lot to do with yellow fever.
Yellow Fever Yard was across the street. There were 9 yellow fever epidemics in Galveston over a course of time. So there were quite a lot of people that died that way. Oh, and suspected vampires in Galveston, their headstones were tilted at a 45-degree angle.
She screams.
Really? Okay.
So if you guys
So
want to
if there's one, if we see one in here at a 45-degree angle, that's why?
There's
more than likely, yes.
they're suspected for vampirism.
Yes,
Like
Because-
those?
45 angle, when you say 45, forward or back?
forward.
45 forward. Okay.
Why forward?
Because this was what they would do in order to signify that they needed to watch that grave in case anything came.
Did y'all hear that?
Any grave that's slanted
Any-
45 degrees forward is they are suspected of vampirism.
They're hiding from you. What'd you do to them?
Nothing.
Well, they're hiding from you.
Well,
Ollie, ollie, out and free.
yeah.
So,
We're friendly.
don't show me an example when you see a grave.
Like that one over there? Looks like it's tipped this way. I can't tell.
That's tilted back. That's tilted back though.
Oh, well, it's hard to tell which.
Yeah, which way's back and which way's forward? Well, it might be forward.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's.
Whose car do you
This is a crazy place. So 7 cemeteries in one?
Yeah, this one here. I don't know if that's forward or back.
So this is Trinity. Next door is Old Catholic. On the other side is Benevolent Temple Cemetery for the Jewish community. Across the street we have Old City, we have New City, we've got Oleander and Evergreen.
Oh my God.
Lots of acres.
And then they're, you know, like she
And
was
then,
saying,
you
at least
know,
3 or 4
over
deep.
On the seawall, there's actually Rosewood Cemetery because black people were not allowed to be buried in these cemeteries.
Remove.
What is that?
Remove.
I mean, it was just a sign of the times, I guess, but
Watch your
they were
step.
not allowed to be buried here, so they started Rosewood Cemetery, which was 8 acres of property. And then over time, the parcels got taken away.
Watch your step,
And now
Robert.
there's only about a half an acre left of that one, and it sits between, it's over by the Golden Corral, and it sits between a bunch of hotels. So if you walk out the door to your hotel, you're looking at the
I can
Rosewood
protect
Cemetery.
you.
So
Please
there's,
don't go now.
Well, we're not going. We're just
we're just talking about it.
we're just talking.
But if you guys want to go back over to the Sealy Monument, that's going to be back over this way. And if you guys want to wander around some more in the cemetery, we can. If you guys want to go to one of the other ones, we can. But it's up to you.
I definitely want to check out the Sealy one.
Okay.
Well, it's actually funny when you said something about Golden Corral. One of the guys I work with said people at the Golden Corral said that it's haunted.
Yep. That is true. Everything down here is, though.
We're just kind of wondering if Russo's is going to be open the next time we come. Well, we ate last time at Chili's, so we figured we would just do that again, and we brought it up on the thing. It says permanently closed. I went,
Yeah, Chili's
Whoa.
is close.
Oh, well, never mind. I thought I said Smith. I was about to say, holy crap, we just said that.
Sandwich. Yeah, we're gonna have to like zigzag around.
Yeah, I just cut through. We walk on people no matter where we are, so.
Yeah.
Oh, what we got?
Or not. I guess we're going this way. Mike. I was trying to avoid that.
That's true. And as long as you're dyslexic, I'm sorry. There's not really much I can do about that.
My bad about that
It
one,
just
bud.
kind of is.
I bet that one's on me.
That one's on me,
And they seem to be okay with it.
People walking on the sidewalk.
uh-huh.
So you've been walking over to see people buried down below. You're walking.
Yeah, considering like it's that one person that's buried in the park and doesn't even have a
Very
marker.
important to Galveston. One of the big deal finder type guys of the city. So we have him here. Michelle Menard is buried over there, but
Born in
Samuel May
1795.
Williams is here. And then of course we've got our Sealy's. So
Whenever.
Sealy's, let's go.
Okay, well,
This place.
Here, why? What?
I don't know. I
Using
just
a different app.
I just turned on the app.
Show.
Let's put on a show, guys.
If they start insulting me, then I'll definitely put on a show.
What do you guys think of this fellow over here? Isn't he pretty?
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, I got that earlier. Hello and welcome.
Angry.
Why? I want to know.
Because you're sitting next to their grave.
Well, yes. I want to try to get closer so that.
This was the one that was telling people to leave, right?
yes,
Yeah.
In the tour here.
this is the one that said in the tour now and also
Did it say eyes?
Ice, not
Oh.
eyes.
Let's say, don't you dare offer my eyes.
Well, if it
Again.
asks,
Again.
I don't consent.
Does it really take consent?
Yes, it does.
Mm.
That's a
From
real,
different time period.
real gray area.
Yeah.
there was a.
I'm happy for you to stay.
Oh, that's nice. So,
So, if you're not angry with them, are you angry with me? Well, you can definitely tell me.
Sounds
tell
like
how
it.
you really feel.
Tell me how you feel.
That's how they feel.
I feel jaggy.
I have no idea what it said.
That almost sounds like it's a revolting.
That's what I thought it said too, revolting, but
We didn't see what? Is there something?
Talk sports.
knock.
Knock.
Knock on something.
With pull.
Probably not. They're underneath the ground going, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I heard you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try it a little bit louder. Yeah, I'll just do it without.
Shave and a haircut.
Desperate.
Desperate. What are you desperate for?
Whitney Houston.
So Mr. or Mrs. Seeley? Is there a Mr. and Mrs.
Don't mess
Seeley?
with me.
Mrs. Seeley?
Says don't mess with them.
Is there a Nellie?
Nellie Ball.
So she's over there, but we're not over there right now. We're over here.
Are these the hospital?
So, why do you keep telling people to leave?
Can you make sure my surgeon does not screw up on Wednesday? Greatly.
Says sure.
I don't want another stroke.
Now, why? So again, why do you keep telling people to leave?
Are you trying to protect them?
He died.
He died.
Oh, I thought you said something and they just repeated what you said. I was about to be like,
I died.
It said it over here on his too.
oh, nice.
He said I died.
Like me to.
It just sounded like it said something else.
It's kind of weird. This app's a lot been a lot.
Yep.
I mean, we are in a.
Papaya.
Protect people? Is that why you tell people to leave?
Or do you just want to be left? What?
It says I'm okay here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm okay here. I just want to know why you
No,
tell
they're
people.
okay here.
It said you're okay
Oh,
here.
okay. You're all right. That's even better.
I just want to know why, like, we tell everyone else to leave.
Are you trying to protect them? Like you did in life?
Is it because we try to talk to people like you?
There's 5 of us.
How many people are buried here?
Correct.
There's one on that side. Is there another one on this side?
I see one over there. I see at least one on the side over there.
There's 3 in front. There's 5. Dang, how did it really get that?
1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4.
Yep, there's 5.
And it said correct.
There's no one buried on the other side.
It just said there's 5 people.
It just says there's 5 of us.
There's just 5.
And they also said Raymond.
Oh, is there a Raymond?
It said watch out witchcraft. I'm not necessarily afraid of
It
witchcraft.
was me.
It was me.
Well,
I
it
mean,
does
it was
love
them,
Harry Potter.
Not me, personally.
Much more
Walk
of
forward.
Walk
like
forward.
presence of like spirits
where?
staying here, not just passing through.
You want her to keep going,
the
or do you want her to
I
stop?
do see the difference very clearly.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm recording now. If you with the SLS, I did.
Okay. I just want. They said recording, so I wanted to see if maybe they wanted us to record.
Don't. Don't.
So we're recording. We got a video recording.
Can we not whisper?
Burning.
We're back.
Does a Vernon ring a bell?
What?
Vernon?
Vernon?
No, Vernon.
George.
Like
Yeah,
Vernon.
she heard you.
No.
Okay.
It's Seth. I swear it sounded like Seth again. I said sus.
I think it's a
Yeah,
bit
that.
before their time.
Wow, that's kind of
Modern ghost.
What the hell?
I'm here. Are you trying to communicate with me?
No. Smell.
I don't smell.
Now they're insulting you.
They're still talking to you.
No, they were talking to you. Hey, they
Who are you
respond.
talking to? Seth.
Ah,
Oh, I smell nice. Thank you.
Baby.
this is a phone, yes. This is a phone.
See where it maps? Yeah. I mean,
I remember you.
From when?
I know you don't.
oh, wow.
I've been to the cemetery before. Like, I came here in high school.
Some of these people have been here a while.
Well, I also came around here.
What?
They said we're apprehensive. I don't know what that means.
Nervous. Okay. The pictures that I'm going to post up here now, Aaron, one of our other investigators, was taking them. Most of them I put together in two groups. One of them has a mark on it showing what he saw, and one of them doesn't. They're the same one. But the first two pictures, and then the picture that follows it on the next slide, are of a shadow. And then on the very next picture that's all by itself, there was no shadow there, and he took it almost right behind it, and we had no idea who this shadow was. So we thought that was very interesting. And the other couple sets of pictures are pretty explanatory. The last picture in the group, my wife happened to see when you zoomed in on one of those pictures, you could see what looked like a face there. It may be a little bit cloudy because the way it zoomed in, it didn't look quite right, but I'll let you make that determination for yourself. Okay. This last picture, or sets of pictures I'm going to post up here, was when we were at the family plot. It was the Seeley family plot that a lot of the people were getting the strange spirit box session during the tours. So I turned on Ghost Tube's Seeker app. This is the one that, instead of using words, the AI creates an image. Well, I barely turned it on, and all of a sudden this image of this woman came up. It could be one of the prominent female lady that was there. Her name was Magnolia Seeley. She was pretty predominant in Galveston back in the early 1900s. So we don't know. I put two other pictures that are historical pictures of her up right before it, and you can kind of see, is this her? You know, this is generated by AI, so it could be, it couldn't, you know, it may not be. I'll let y'all determine. Alright, that's going to be all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you can, like it, share it with other people, subscribe to our channel. We're just trying to get the word out so we can be out there helping people. Also, once again, thanks for Jen from Spooky Galveston setting all this up. I'm going to have her, like I said before, I'm going to have her website in the description. So whenever you're in Galveston and you want to take a ghost tour, you know, you can sign up through her website. Until next time, thanks for watching.